Okay guys, so here we go. Since we last seen the floating island, it was absolutely just leaving Loot Lake. It was around here, it went on and it interacted with the new glyph. It seemed to be discharging from the earth some kind of ore, and as we know, ore is the main part of Save the World, guys, and there is different types of ore. It seems that it was absolutely extracting one of them. It's going to use it for something. Our guess is it's going to change that house into some kind of fortress. Winter is coming and maybe it's going to live in that house, guys. Maybe that house is going to turn into a huge fortress. That's what we're thinking, guys. So let's go check out the glyph it interacted with and then get up there and talk more about what we think is going to happen next and why we think. Okay, so hopefully nobody's landed down here, guys, and we can get down there and have a look. Of course, this core where the glyph was lifted up and was being extracted, something was being extracted from the core, and it's also left a lot of this pink energy, hasn't it, guys? It was absolutely amazing to see, and of course this season's absolutely been one of the most epic seasons to date. Okay, so let's get this organized. Risky, risky, risky. Of course, so it's left this pink energy going through, guys, and it's the same energy you see with most of the dark cloaked characters that we have so far, as you've seen previously in our previous video. Do check that out if you want to look at the battle pass and its items, and we also discussed some other stuff in that video. But it definitely seems to harbour darkness, doesn't it? Of course, here it's a good way. And the jump pad, right, we'll save that jump pad. Got this. Okay, we better be careful and make sure we don't get shot down as we just check this out, guys. So we're just going to go check out what's been going on in the basement of the house. Now there's a few guys up there. Hopefully we have the wits to defend ourselves. Of course, so it's been epic season so far, guys, with the whole printing of the glyphs, and now the cube's going back while holding onto the island. And it's extracting from them glyphs, so it seems like the glyphs were actually extracting from the islands some kind of ore, and then it's absolutely putting that ore energy straight back through the island, guys, and it's going to the house. So when you're seeing that art, we seen the art, didn't we, of winter's coming. We're just trying to not get shot here, guys. So when you see the art, guys, of the winter's coming, not today, sonny boy, not today. We've seen the art of the winter's coming, guys, and we of course seen Valkyrie sat on a throne. This type of ore. Now that ore also looks like from Save the World, guys. We've got malachite, and there's other similar ores as well. And that's what that ore seems to look like. So we're thinking, is it an ore that's made up of evil, or is it just made up of such energy and density that it can make a strong, formidable fortress, guys? Okay, guys, we just have to get that trap down to protect us down here while we have a chat about this. Okay, so this ore seems to replicate like malachite or something similar from Save the World, and of course we do know the Save the World story still needs to be brought into Battle Royale, because it would just be useless, and it's definitely not Epic's way of thinking and way of bringing games and evolution, the way they bring the new evolution to gaming. They're not just going to give us a key and tell us go play Save the World. You know, it makes no sense. They've got to introduce it somehow to Battle Royale for us to go. So hopefully, you know, this could be the way, because of course with Save the World, guys, for those of you who do know, then forgive us. For those of you who don't know, Everything that's evil and saves the world is purple. It's always purple, guys, and purple smokes and purple smogs, and they always come from the ground, guys. It's usually the enemy comes from the ground in a purple fog, and they come up, and now we're getting openings in the ground with purple ooze and spores from them, of course, that we've seen here now left. All them openings around here, them circles that we've just been to before, and it just makes sense that this purple is going to represent something. So definitely think, guys, the idea might be that this just builds up into a huge fortress, and maybe it's the main spawn of evil, and it can only build up once this ore is extracted from each of the glyphs. So each time it's extracted, we will get more and more of a build, guys, till eventually it's built up. And of course then we've got it coming through with the purple represents evil, but it also represents Rift, guys, and the story with Rift is still not clear. Could this be some way of Rift getting back home? Because of course he's come from the human world as we know it, and he's been teleported through. So could it be his way home, his ticket home somehow? Because there's definitely on his cloak, of course, once you get it all leveled out, you of course see that there's all these squares and these perfect lines like we're seeing here. So there's definitely could be something going there, guys. But yeah, hopefully Epic do something new and cool to introduce Save the World keys. We think they should actually put a challenge, a huge challenge to the community, bring it through that we have to do so much or something to make it absolutely open up Save the World. So maybe the monsters are going to come from somewhere here. This fortress is going to attract them, or are all going to come from Loot Lake once this fortress is built here, or once these glyphs empty out of the ore that they're absolutely getting now through the island and the cube. And maybe the enemy will come then, but maybe we have to do something to make them come through. Now, is it going to be that deep? Not too sure, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments, but we definitely think an introduction to Save the World, guys. It definitely does look like it. So let's clear this area out and have a good look at these cubes. Hopefully we won't get wiped out in the process. Of course we are in the game as well. We should be out there killing the enemy and shooting. Just gotta leave us alone while we're doing this. So what do you think, guys? It does look like this is building up every time, but we'll know with the next clip. It does look like it built up from extracting the ore from the earth or whatever it was it extracted. So it's definitely possible that it just keep building up and up and up, and this island could just be huge, and then it will plant back on Loot Lake or even somewhere else. Okay, here we go. We got a good look at them now. Nobody about, is there? Nobody hoping to ruin our day? Not yet. Clear this one off, guys. See, it's definitely some kind of ore of some kind, but with the electrical signals it just makes you think of Rift, doesn't it? Because that's the actual same electrical signals that's coming off his jacket when you level him up. Get this one out of the way, guys, so you can see it properly. We're trying to get a good look here. So it looks definite. Do you think it's going to build up more, guys, when it gets to the next glyph here and it's going to extract ore? We definitely think so. It definitely looks like the way it's going to go. Okay, we'll leave that there so that can wipe anyone out, and let's see if we can go. Okay, no one seems to be about, guys, even though it's absolutely centering. This is what we were saying about the plumbing before. Toilets are everywhere and it's a mess. This absolutely looks like it's going to center on us, doesn't it, guys? Possibly could. We should probably just hide out in the cave, right? Looks like a bit of a dinosaur from the desert. So look, it looks like evil could come from that. That's usually what you'd see in Save the World. It's come out of stuff like that and just spawn out of smoke. It's strange that that stayed going up, isn't it, guys? That is strange. And if you notice, they've updated in Save the World and in Battle Royale the clouds. They're less smoggy and more wavy. Really did prefer the way they were. Think it's maybe a graphical thing. They've updated it for more memory because it looks less graphically perfect and more like it'd save them assets and absolutely cause less memory usage, the way it's big and wavy rather than cloudy and fluffy like it used to be. But who knows, it could just be They wanted it that way. Nothing to do with memory. Didn't see that one before, did we? So can you just imagine, guys, it building a big, huge fortress up here. That'd be just so cool. And then all the baddies just spawning from it. All the demons. Okay, probably get rid of this 17 over. Nice, 9 grenades, guys. Love the grenades. They're so handy. We've got to keep our wits about us. Yeah, that's it. Go into the cave. Don't think so, buddy. Do that. 9 grenades. I am not having that, guys. I am not having that. That guy built like an absolute trooper. But that's it for now, guys. That's all we got for now till we check out what the cube is doing tomorrow. Guys, if you have enjoyed the video, go on to smash that like button, and if you've not been here before, you should most definitely be subscribing to see more cool mystery Fortnite content just like this. Till next time, guys, it's been great to see you. This is TrueStar signing out.